Alright, so it has come down to this. This is the end. The be-all, end-all. Let's say no more. It's time to get down to business. Okay, here we are. Alex Kidd in Miracle World for the Sega Master System. It's a miracle my cartridge still works. Look at that tear.
It's the late 80s and Nintendo is dominating the video game scene with their entertainment system. With the re-emergence of video games in popular culture, other companies tried their hands at home consoles, like NEC and their TurboGrafx, Atari with their 7800, and most notably, Sega introduced their first console to America, the Master System. Released in September of '86, it competed head-to-head with the NES to try and get some of Nintendo's massive market share. And leading the Master System's library was Sega's mascot. No, not the blue blur that we all know and love, but this monkey boy in his debut game, Alex Kidd in Miracle World.
This game was released in 1987 to actually critical acclaim, but these days hardly anybody knows who Alex Kidd is, since his status of being Sega's official mascot is no more, thanks to a certain blue hedgehog. But enough about that. We're here to see how Sega's answer to Mario holds up. And I also need some cheering up from losing that Jenkin pawn match from earlier this episode. So let's take a better look at Alex Kidd in Miracle World.
This game isn't all the way your typical Mario clone. You play as Alex Kidd and you must travel through the whole land of Radaxian to try and free the citizens from the evil Jenkin the Great and his henchmen. You can travel by land, air, or sea to make it to the end goal, or end rice ball, cause that's what the monkey boy likes. Alex Kidd can move, squat, and jump. Your main attack is to punch, which is what you'll be using pretty much through the entire game. There are power-ups you can get, but they don't last forever, so you must use them wisely. Alex can only be hit once. Every enemy, projectile, or obstacle will kill him with a single touch, just like Contra. So with that in mind, the one thing that you'll want to do is avoid these motherfucking ghosts, as they'll home you down and take your soul. Every level is stockpiled with money, or bombs as the game likes to call it. They'll come in handy when you have to go into the shop to buy power-ups, or transportation, like the motorcycle. At the end of some levels, you will encounter some of Jenkin's henchmen, Rockhead, Scissorhead, and Paperhead. Each will challenge you to a game of Jenkin Pawn, or Rock, Paper, Scissors. Out of all things to do during a boss fight, you wouldn't think playing RPS. I, for one, would rather be spreading bullets, Contra style. Another mention of Contra, I have a feeling this game isn't appealing to me. Anyway, it'll be challenging if you don't know what you're doing here, but once you figure it out, it'll be a piece of cake, or rice ball. All I got is cookies. You will encounter these big-headed freaks twice. The second time, they'll actually attack with their heads, after you beat them at RPS again. Yet, it'll still be easy, nonetheless. The end boss, Jenkin the Great, isn't that hard either. You just defeat him in his Jenkin Pawn, he'll throw some ninja stars at you. All you gotta do is avoid him, punch him in the face a few times, and he'll turn into stone. Thrilling. Where's my NES? I'm gonna go play fucking Contra. You think the game is over? Well, not entirely. I forgot to mention that there are certain treasures you'll need to collect throughout the game, which will unlock the final part of the game. Hold on, I said that twice, didn't I? It isn't a final boss fight, it's just a puzzle, which uses this stone tablet. Once you figure out said puzzle, you will receive the last treasure, the crown, which will free the citizens of Radaxian, bring peace to the land, and end the game. Well, that was challenging? Moving on. The music was composed by Tokuhiko Owapo, and even though limited, it gets the job done. It sends the vibe of adventure and lightheartedness, because after all, it is a kid's game. So the Monkey Boy did good in that department. So let's move on.
Besides the hit and continue feature, which is holding down and hitting the 2 button 8 times, which would cost you about $400 of in-game money, there isn't any other extra content. But now since I've gotten practice with that Genkin Pawn boss fights, I think I have a strategy to beat the king of RPS. And I'm going to do it right now.
So, you're back again. Ready to get your ass beat?
We'll see about that. This beats all.
Alex Kidd would go on to receive multiple sequels and continue to be the Sega mascot. But when a certain blue hedgehog named Sonic debuted and his name and game gained popularity, Alex Kidd would be shoved off the mascot pedestal and replaced by Sonic himself, while Alex faded into obscurity. We wouldn't see Alex Kidd again for 18 years until the release of Sega Superstars Tennis, where he is a playable character. He would go on to appear in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing and Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transform. The Master System failed to make a dent in Nintendo's market share, and would be discontinued in '92 and replaced by the more popular Sega Genesis. But in Brazil of all places, the Master System continues to thrive and is the longest living console today. Brazil is like the alternate universe, where Sega actually beat Nintendo. Who would have thought?
So, what is my rate to play? It's a play. Even though interesting, I for one don't fully see the appeal of it. You're better off playing a Sonic the Hedgehog game. But remember to stay away from this shape.
But that's only my opinion. If you have your own thoughts, leave a comment. If you like what you see, leave a like. If you think others would enjoy this, share it around the web. And if you want to see more, subscribe. Anyway, this has been BrianTheBlue Game Reviews, Alex Kidd in Miracle World, for the Master System.